Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. Actually, I said good morning, but I guess if you're listening in other places, it could be good evening, good afternoon, but welcome. So welcome to my show. So who has seen me before? Well, I gave a bit of a rundown. This time I'll keep it fairly brief, and we might get into doing a little bit of a daily read. I've been working with spirit since I was a child. I've been reading the cards for probably well over 20, 30 years now, since I was in my teens. I read intuitively, but I do get messages direct from spirit. So I am a medium. I am clairsentient primarily, so I get inner knowing. And I read for many people through mediums. I've got a Facebook page. I have a YouTube channel, so I do daily readings. And I do fairs, so I do a lot of in-person work as well, face from home. So great variety of things I do. I love the work I do. I'm very passionate about reading for people. I'm also a life coach. I'm a certified life coach, so that means I get to, do some of the more practical stuff as well with you, which is really awesome. So I'm going to do a quick daily read, and then we'll take a caller at some stage or another through the show. But with the daily reads, I do them on YouTube as well, so you can go over there and watch my What's Cracking every day. And I try and do a bonus read for those people that the What's Cracking doesn't resonate with. Funny enough, this morning, for example, the reading for the bonus read was pretty much the same as the What's Cracking, which sometimes happens if the energies are there. So, all right, let's see what's going on for you in the world today. Okay, so I get the Five of Cups coming out. So the Five of Cups is a little bit of sadness, a little bit of looking back at the past and not looking forward to what may sit in the future for you. And we do see two cups in the card in the future. So what that is saying, what Spirit is saying to you is don't be sad or keep looking back. Make sure you're looking forward because something is coming for you. Behind that, I do have the card of heartbreak. So there could have been a breakup in a relationship, whether that's romantic, with family, friends, some sort of breakup here that's caused pain. But behind that sits the Ten of Cups. So out of this pain comes the lessons of life and something beautiful coming in to make up for what was lost here. And then we have the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this is about relationship, can be about working partnerships as well. I never discount that. But this is a soulmate relationship. This is two people who see eye to eye here. And that's coming through for you. And it is destined. So if you've had some sort of interruption to, break up or situation perhaps at work where things just haven't turned out so well, rest assured that Spirit is working in the background to bring you what you really deserve, and this had to happen for various reasons. Maybe there are lessons here you needed to learn. Most often it's about learning your own value, what you really how you see yourself in the world, I guess, is the best way to put that. So remember that every path leads somewhere, and always somewhere is better than where you've been. So let's have a look and see what else is coming out here. So I have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about something stable, something long-term. Perhaps you want stability in your life. Maybe you haven't had, relationships that have really come up well for you. So this is the promise of greater things to come. For those of you who are looking for jobs, this is a really good sign because it talks of being offered something that will, bring in something long-term for you, which is really nice. Okay, and then we have the King of Pentacles. This is lovely because this means that you are sort of sitting in your power now. Maybe you've come out of a situation, but maybe you're starting to feel your own value, feel your own power. You know what you're capable of. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here. Certainly someone who is a little bit money-focused as well. Okay. And then we have the Hierophant. So again, with stability, this is beautiful because all three of these cards signify something coming through that is much more stable, more aligned with who you are, and certainly something you've been wishing for. So if you've been trying to manifest something, job, relationship, or other situation, maybe even in your family. This is much more stable going forward here. So even if it's the same person coming around again, there seems to be a building of something here that is really, really beautiful, something that will take you into the future. And then I have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles talks about putting time in, really investing in something here. So you've gone from, heartbreak and hurt to something that's worth investing in. You're going, and then we get the Queen of Pentacles. How lovely. So for some of you people here, this is definitely a soulmate relationship. You definitely have a very tight bond with this person and you're building for the future. So we have the Hanged Man coming in after that. So there is a little bit of advice from Spirit, if you can call it advice. But this is about learning to see things from a different perspective. So maybe in having that breakup or breakdown of the relationship, you're starting to understand that looking at things differently may be helpful for you too. Sometimes we get very invested in how we're feeling or how we're thinking, and we don't always make room for the other person. So, this can be about you understanding, the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. It's always about forgiving for your own benefit, not for someone else's. So being able to see their point of view and being able to understand it more from their perspective. As I said, you don't have to take that on board. I did say before that I felt that there was something coming back around for you here. And I have the Judgment card, which of course talks of rebirth. It's giving birth to the phoenix here. So coming up from the ashes. So this, for some of you, this breakup or this thing that happened in the past could mean that this person is coming back in perhaps to have another go around. They're coming back with a completely different perspective this time. So if you had some sort of breakup in the past where you feel that, things didn't go as well as you wanted them to and you were pretty upset about it, it looks as though someone's coming in to give you another opportunity. Now, with the Hanged Man there, I'd say that this is probably going to be something you have to consider, something you really have to decide on whether you want this or not in light of what went before. But this particular situation looks to me like this person is a soulmate, and it's something, something that you want to have going forward in the future. So what I want to say to you is, with this person coming back in, that it's up to you whether you take this opportunity or not. Okay, so this person that's coming in for you here could possibly be someone who is very attractive, could be a fire sign. They're very passionate, very driven, and wanting to offer you something for the future. And look, there's everything you need to move forward here. So the universe is saying this is entirely up to you. This situation is just beautiful for you. And you can take this opportunity to move forward. And look what we've got last, the Ace of Cups. So I have two aces in this reading. So again, we're blessed with a beautiful reading, despite the fact that, I mentioned some people may have been going through loss or heartbreak. We now have the Ace of Cups coming. So that means this soulmate relationship is based in something long-term, something around love, but certainly something that could have been on your radar before. You could have had some sort of brief encounter with someone and wanted to go back and have another go around. But the advice here, as I said, from Spirit, is to make sure you look at it from the other person's perspective. Use your heart with your head. Don't use one over the other, and make sure that you make a decision that's best for yourself. But definitely something promising coming in there for those watching who are in that situation. I do have a call coming in, so I'm ready to take the call now. I've decided to take live calls. Okay, so we have Elsa online. Hello, Elsa. It's Yvonne. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Can you speak up just a little bit for me so I can hear what you're wanting? Did you have a question for me? That's better.
Yes.
Did you have a question for me?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to know more about my relationship.
Okay. So you're married or in a long-term relationship at the moment?
No, I'm not. I'm not married.
You're not...
Yes, I'm actually into a confusing relation. I don't know if I have to say it relationship, but it's very confusing.
So you're in a confusing relationship at the moment. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
there appears to be some sort of karma at work here. Let me just have a feel into your energy. So this relationship has been on and off, has it?
Hi.
So you've gone backwards
Hello.
and forwards with this relationship.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with this relationship, have you had breaks in this relationship? So there's been coming together, being apart.
Yes.
I feel like you're working with someone here, or your partner is not sure about where they want to go in the relationship. I think you want something more, but I don't feel like they really are putting in the energy here. So you feel very insecure within this, very unsure of the direction you're going in, because they are not giving you the right signals.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Yeah, so what I would suggest, I mean, it's always really good to, to ask the questions, and sometimes we don't ask people, we don't ask for what we want. I feel like you're investing a lot of time and energy into this relationship, but feeling like you're not getting the same back again. And that's a very important thing to ask what the other person wants here, because I feel they're very confused and they're not in the right place for a relationship. I feel with you that you are very much a giver. So you're putting a lot of energy in here, a lot of love and a lot of care, but I don't feel the other person's reciprocating. Going forward, I really feel that you need to speak up more for what you want. I would suggest to you very, very strongly to talk to someone yourself about how to manage this going forward, because it's very much about your energy, about not really feeling you deserve something more beautiful. So it's like you're holding back a lot.
Yeah. Correct.
Sorry, Elsa?
Correct.
Yeah, I know. And this is really difficult, because when you're investing in someone who is not giving back to you, you keep investing because you think that by putting more love in, more care in, by being more accommodating, that the person is going to love you more. But very often that's not the case. This person you're working with or dealing with has a lot of their own issues, and I don't think that they are ready for a relationship. It's just they're clinging on as well. So, have a talk to them, have a suggestion about how you move forward. Ask them what they want, but don't keep investing in something that's not bringing you the joy and love that you deserve.
Okay.
I think that this could work out, but I think the only way it's going to work out is if you have those conversations. Don't be scared of asking for what you want. If you feel that you want to have this relationship and you don't want to work on it anymore, whatever you want, you make sure that you say what you want. Now, what I would suggest to you is perhaps do a little bit of work on your throat chakra, a little bit of meditation, so that you calm. You feel very anxious to me. Are you an anxious person?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I do feel a lot of tears here as well. So you've been doing a fair bit of crying over this as well. So it's wearing your energy down. Elsa, I strongly suggest you do some work on yourself. Understand why you have difficulty asking for what you want in a relationship, but certainly have that conversation with this person and decide yourself. No, not worrying about what they want here. This is about asking yourself, what do you want from this? Don't put the other person's needs before your own. Okay?
Okay.
All right. If you want this relationship, you have to be prepared to ask for it. If you don't want the relationship, then you have to be prepared to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to invest in this. Okay?
Yeah,
Is there any?
That's what I did. Like I was okay. I was done with the relationship, but the person doesn't want to let me go.
Okay, because
yes.
because you're a beautiful person. You're putting lots of stuff into this relationship. Like you're going above and beyond to keep the other person happy. But is it what you really want?
So, but now when I turn myself to be that kind of a cold person, the person that like the person is asking me like, oh, why are you so cold towards me? But I don't know actually what you actually want from me. When I'm that joyful person towards you, you don't see it. But now when I decide to be like, okay, no more talking, I just sit and watch what you do and take it however you want to say it or do it, it's another problem. I'm cold towards the person. So what else am I supposed? I ended up the relationship, but the person doesn't want to let me go.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, as I said, because you're investing so much time and energy into it, they know that they've got something really special here with you. So they're not looking at what the relationship is building. They're looking at what you're providing them with. So you can cut off contact altogether. So sometimes when you break up with someone, it's better not to have any contact or go cold turkey, just completely close it down, because I feel that you're being maybe guilt tripped here. So don't feel guilty. If you don't want it, you should be able to walk away. But I feel that they're seeing what you're offering them and they just want more of what you're giving. So is it what you want? So definitely think about it. What do you want here? Do you want this relationship? And if you don't, then be prepared to walk away. Don't let somebody make you feel guilty for turning your back on them. If it's not right for you, then you're not going to fix it, okay?
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask from me?
No, thank you so much.
Did that help you?
Yes.
No worries. Thank you for your call, Elsa. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we've got a bit of time left. So let's have a look we might do another little bit of a spread here. And see how we go. So I'm going to have a look at next year and see what's coming in for people in 2020. I thought about doing, perhaps a star sign each time. I asked last time if people could send in suggestions for me too, because sometimes it's nice to, do what you want me to as well. So if you feel that you have any suggestions, you can email me at ydlearmonth, LEARMONTH @gmail.com, and that will give you the opportunity to perhaps make some suggestions on what you'd like to see. So I can read by star sign. I can read by, just do a love reading if a love reading is what people want. Or I can move to doing something more general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a spread for those people who are wondering what's coming up in 2020. We're only several weeks away now, and Christmas, of course, which is whoever celebrates Christmas, holiday break. It's a great time, of course, to get together with family and enjoy family time. I know in Australia it's very warm here often at Christmas time, so we do the barbecue in the backyard and a chicken on the barbecue, and a few beers, appropriate drinking. So, and I enjoy that time so much to have with my family. I have 3 children, 3 beautiful children, 7 beautiful grandchildren and a great-grandchild. So I love getting together with them all. We don't all get together too often, but so we sort of spread the love across the Christmas period. So let's have a look at 2020, what's coming in 2020. Okay. So a lot of new starts for people. We have a year here that is bringing in a lot of opportunity and new starts. There is a great deal of working on self too in 2020. So people working on their own place in the world. So there is a feeling here that a lot of people are understanding more the spiritual journey, more people coming on board and understanding, self-development, self-love. There seems to be a lot of movement out of this idea of not taking care of yourself. So for a lot of people here, let's just have a look quickly in terms of star signs here. So for Capricorns here going into the new year, there's new work being offered here. New study, taking on new challenges, looking at furthering your career here. How funny, Capricorns. We always talk about career with Capricorns. There seems to be for some of you a feeling of having more power in your own life, of moving towards sort of having a greater understanding of who you are and where you're coming from here. So having a greater depth of person, but being able to plan. There's a lot of planning going into 2020. Okay, for Aquarius, here we go again. This is about really working on your intuition, working towards having a greater understanding here of self as well with Aquarius people. So it looks like your year is very much working on assertiveness, speaking out, and listening to your intuition here, because there's a lot of happiness, Aquarius, coming in for you in the next year. Very much so. Okay, Pisces, changes, many changes for you, mostly around your work, but these are to strengthen you. So for me, this is very much a case of underestimating your own capacity or your own capability, and really moving to understand what you're really capable of, which is very, very nice. Okay, Aries. And again, with this feeling of there's travel for Aries here, a lot of travel. So there seems to be perhaps 2019 for you was a bit of a dark period. I feel like some of you are moving away here from situations that no longer serve you, but there's definitely this feeling of moving into much nicer times here. Travel is on the horizon. If you're thinking of moving house, next year is a good year to buy a new house and sell your old house, move properties. All right, Taurus. I hope I can remember all the star signs because I'm doing them off the bat here. Taurus, okay. You are definitely, some of you are looking at marriage in 2020. You may already be planning for that now. For some of you, you're going into a time of really sort of reviewing what you want from your relationship. So that's really beautiful, Taurus. Okay. So Gemini. Gemini for you, brand new start here. Again, with something solid in a relationship or job, moving towards stability. Beautiful, beautiful reading for you. But again, marriage. So there seems to be a lot of marriage, a lot of more permanent stuff. If you're starting up a business, really good year for you next year, Gemini. Okay, Cancer, and we get the card of Cancer coming out. How cool is that? Worry over a new start, Cancer. Being offered something brand new here. Very beautiful. Brand new relationship. New situation coming in. The Chariot's come up for you, so that's pretty awesome. I always think when you get your own card in a reading, that's a really good sign. But don't worry, there seems to be this idea here of something brand new starting, but some reluctance or some fear around moving forward with that. So I would say to you, don't stress, don't worry. You look like you're moving in the right direction here. Okay, so Virgo. Oh, wow. What a great year for you, Virgo. You really have everything you need this year. So your life in terms of, relationships, work, business. Fantastic. There does seem to be a bit of conflict around family here. So if you're sort of going through times with your family where you're worrying about a situation that's perhaps a bit of a problem within your family, I really feel you're going to sort that out going forward. Very, very nice here. Okay, so I'm up to Virgo. Leo, oh, very, very nice. Some of you are going to move into completely different times in the next year. There's a lot of movement in terms of independence, moving forward, not fearing, taking leaps of faith, and really working your way into the future. Beautiful. Scorpio, you're closing out a lot of cycles here, closing down things that no longer serve you and moving into a much better time for you. We do have the sun and the world, so this talks about closing out old situations and moving into new times. Well, next time I'll start from the other end and work backwards, so we get the other star signs in. Thank you for joining me today. Again, I've had a wonderful time. Thank you for calling in. We will take readings again next time as well. So thank you for phoning in and joining me. And please remember to go to YouTube, the Aussie Goddess at YouTube, the Aussie Goddess on Facebook. And I'm also on Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. So if you're using any of those social media platforms, please check out my videos at YouTube, because they will have all the places to go to contact me. And if you're watching this in Australia, I still do calls from home. So if you're in the Sydney area, of course, I'm more than happy to read for you. I do announce on my YouTube channel where my fairs are going to be, so you can catch up with me at my fairs as well. So don't forget ydlearmonth@gmail.com, and I will spell that for you. It's YDLEAR M for Mary, O, N for Nelly, TH @gmail.com. Please write in and let me know if there's something you'd like me to do on the channel. I'm more than happy to try and work with you. This is our community. We work together here. So much love.